Hi, everybody. This is Rich and Akvila, and we're going to talk about the secret space program. Just kind of share with things we know about it and personal experiences or experiences with clients and such things. So, as we start, I think Akvila is going to ask me a question or two about it.
Yeah. What's the latest thing you've heard about the Secret Space program?
The latest thing is that it has to do with the clones. So not only do you get inducted into the secret space program for 20 years and become a super soldier, but they can clone your ass too and use the clones. It's like, think of Star Wars and Clone Wars and all that stuff. Yeah, seems to be a real thing. And they use the clones, and we have a connection with our clones, right? It's kind of a and the downside of having a clone is like, oh, it's a clone, it's not me. Well, there's bleed through effect where whatever your clone is doing, you can feel it, or they can manipulate or handle you or interfere with your life in the physical world by manipulating your clone, like a voodoo effect. Um, does that seem to be um, with most of the secret space program clients that we get? Do they always normally have clones, or is it like 50-50 or seldom, or from your perspective?
Depends. Some of them, really get into programs, but they're not being cloned. Others are, but it's more for a buildup of trauma.
Yeah, yeah. So what's one of your favorite, we'll just talk about secret space program clones. um mm, what's one of the ways that you've used to help a person that has clone issues from secret space program? How do you detach or get rid of the clone or undo the whole problem? What's you share one of your strategies, I'll share one of mine.
Well, first is breaking a no with the SSP in the first place so that they would not have an easy time taking you or cloning you as much. But then after that is identifying and knowing that you do have one, noticing when the bleacher effect starts so that day to day you have awareness and introspection to know how you are doing on a default, so to speak, day to day basis, and when does the alter or the bleacher effect kick in, how does it affect you, to be able to identify it and use that identification, the shift, the change within, to lead you to the source, which is like another part of you, a clone most likely, and then using that, you can uncreate it. So just using your imagination, whether you visualize it being deleted, uncreated, where you give it a command, whether you work it out with the SSP and make a deal that, it would be killed or undone, so to speak. There's like variations, but, finding the source and getting rid of it would be the first thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. um there's uh there's the ability with our imagination, we can communicate to the clone. um if you have a if you have good visuals, just imaginative ability, uh you can actually imagine where the clone is, the cloning station, literally what it looks like. uh and then we can expand it into not just handling, like if there's more than one clone, we can take care of a lot of clones at once. um, uh, but we've actually blown up entire cloning stations with clients, haven't we? Remember that?
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah, we the idea is that we are working in multidimensionally. There's other aspects of ourselves, and so we're really taking a step back and looking at the big self, so to speak, through the lens of our physical experience and this identity and ego and this aspect of self. If it starts waking up to the issues or the drama that's going on beyond the veil, uh, one, we're starting to be able to mm, deal with the regressive ETs and who and whatever it is that is affecting our life. And then one of the problems can be having been abducted into the secret space program and that whole drama. And so we tune into that, and then Akvila can see, you see their whole lives and what they did and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like, so then we tune into what are the issues you're having now relative to what one of the clones is going through, and then we can undo the clone connection so there's no bleed through, and we can undo the clone one way or another. There's lots of different ways, and then in this way start taking apart one's secret space program issues. And the clone's not the only problem or issue that a person has, but yeah.
It has a build-up effect because imagine clone as a suit that has your sort of fingerprint, your DNA, but beings can run it on a mission. It's kind of like once it is made, it has your energetic signature, so to speak. Whenever you're made to go on a mission, you're kind of like under control. So you have a hard time finding back, which is like your main primary consciousness is here. The other parts are run on automatic, so to speak, but you experience stuff and it has a bleacher effect. Now, the group can think of what to do with the clone, whether it is the sexual abuse, whether it's the physical torture, where something else happens. Like there are a lot of scenarios out there, and they can use you, your clone, to create bad reputation for you. Kind of like, hey, now we're gonna use your clone to attack the Irma. Now we're gonna use your clone to go and misrepresent humanity and cause more trouble. So now people end up losing allies or getting more targets on their back because the clone has done some stuff that is now misrepresenting you, but it has your energetic signature, it has kind of your DNA, so to speak. So now all fingers are pointing at you while you haven't done it. And, one person like, hey, I removed my clone, but I'm still being targeted. Well, let's go further than that and see what has been done with your clone, and let's do it. Let's kind of like clear up the reputation. Like a lot of people are unaware of it.
Yeah. So that's just the clone issue. Seems like a lot of people, if they've been in the secret space program, not everybody, but a lot of people will have this clone issue. And we've been doing this for several years, and we found whole planets. It's like in science fiction movies, man. There's whole planets of clones. I mean, there's millions and millions of clones, more than one clone of one individual, but they got their rack of clones, and then the next guy, rack of clones, entire planet. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember that. So the things I've heard about the secret space program on YouTube, like Randy Kramer, I enjoyed, that's when I first started learning about the subject, really. It was from him, and then Rodriguez, and then there's a couple of women that are sharing videos about their experiences. And these people, for one reason and another, they have memory, full memory, with knowing and confidence, and yep, this is what happened, and they're sharing what they know. And it's I think it's a great service to humanity. And I've been in the secret space program myself, and a few years ago I did that cleanup. So generally speaking, I'm not the effect of that. So, but I've had my own personal experiences and memories and big stories and all that stuff. So with that said, if you have had memories or a sense that you've been in a secret space program, or you're kind of drawn to the information and the stories that people share about super soldiers and secret space program, there might be almost positive something to that. And if you'd like to talk to us about it, we are a friendly ear, I'll tell you that. And then we can help you with strategies if you need it to undo it. And Akvila has incredible psychic vision And she can see your secret space program experiences and the details, very specific details, to fill in the blanks if you need something like that. Do you have any final thoughts, Agvila? Wrap
I
up?
pretty much said it.
Yeah, we just wanted to share this. We just had a client today that had a secret space program thing going, and so it was kind of on our mind. It might help people to get a deeper connection with what the issue might be if they're having issues like this in their life. So that's all. So thank you, Agvila, and thank you,
Sure.
folks, for watching.